Howdy everybody, this is Tanner, aka T-Walker13, and I'm here to do another video for players mostly. This one kind of has a bit to do with the DM as well. Um, just to give a little background information, I run a campaign for really some very new players. We've been playing for about a year, different systems, but really very green players, so these videos are targeted at players, who kind of want to step up their game, maybe, don't give it their all every time, but as the video suggests, battle should never be boring. Um, Now, what do I mean by this? I mean exactly what I'm saying. Battle should never be boring. Um, now this is kind of a subject that's important to both DMs and players. It falls on both parties to make battle exciting, alright? Because, one, it's up to the players to use their characters right, and it's up to the DMs to use his characters right, which are usually your enemies, your adversaries, the people you're trying to put that sword into. Anyway, so, I guess the first rule that is the most important for making battle, exciting, for making it not boring, which it should never be, is pay attention. Sweet, sweet Lord, pay attention. Okay? Um, if every time it's your turn, the other players or the DM has to explain to you what has been happening around the table, it slows everything down. Really, that should go without saying that you should be paying attention to what's happening around you. Like I've said in other videos, you're role playing. Your goal is to try to put yourself in this world. If you are not putting yourself in this world, why are you playing? So pay attention to what's going on around you. That's going to be really, really key to pretty much everything that happens in battle. Okay, now for a little bit more explanation. Battle requires more than you attacking a monster to death. It really does. I think a lot of players they get bogged down in the actual numbers area of battle. That, for most games, battle consists of a series of rolls that you either win or lose. For RPG games, battle is the actual game part of it. It's what you can win. There is a winner and there is a loser most of the time. So I think some players get really bogged down in that, and that they have to, win, and it shifts the focus, if you know what I mean, from, role playing and trying to exist within this world to, trying to crunch out the best numbers and trying to, do the things that will kill the enemies the quickest. I think that's what some people get bogged down in. But even still, battle requires more than you attacking, alright? I mean that in two ways. One is in the strategic sense, in the number crunching way. You gotta move around, you gotta know your abilities, you gotta know when to use them, but that's not really the important thing what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is in the role-playing sense, okay? So, your group's fighting a troll. Saying, I attack the troll, it, time and time again, it's just really boring. I attack the troll. Okay, roll for accuracy. I hit. I do 16 damage. You see what I mean? I understand if you don't do something extravagant every time, but every once in a while you need to spice it up. You need to, roar, or you need to say, as I attack my enemy, I roar, attempting to disembowel him. I, spice it up, ham it up. You let out a bloodlust roar as you're attacking him. DMs, this goes for you as well. When your enemies just say they attack you, they hit, they do this much damage. No, your enemies need to have emotion. Your characters need to have emotion. They need to react to things that are happening in the battle. They need to, point out enemies and say, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to destroy you. And then go over there and destroy them. That adds flavor to it. That's what battle needs. It needs flavor. In a tabletop RPG, a battle without role-playing is like soup without spice, alright? It's bland, it's dry, it's It's kind of watered down. It's boring. No one wants to drink that. That's what I'm saying. No one wants to have a battle where it's just a series of dice rolls. Because let's be honest, rolling dice and looking for higher numbers isn't fun. That's not what should make battle fun for you. It shouldn't be like, oh goodness, I rolled a 20. Oh no, I mean, I realize some players do that, and you know that I have nothing against them, but that shouldn't be what makes battle fun, what makes it exciting, what really makes you want to, oh man, I want to get in another battle again just so I can, you know, roll that dice and get a high number. No, that's not it at all. So you need to spice it up. You need to, you know, not just I attack. You need to, you know, roar as you try to disembowel your enemy. Like I said, you need to. There's just so many options that you have that are not I attack, and this is my accuracy. I mean, even when you miss, like you miss, you're like, all right, you win this time, but you know, next time I'm going to chop off your head. You know, you threaten them. These are not just, you know, random numbers, you know, that have a health bar and, you know, have an attack rating. They should be like creatures to you. You should be seeing them in your head. You should be interacting with them. So that's my next thing. React to events. Okay, this is just like the role playing aspect I was talking about previously. You should want to react to events as they happen. I mean, you take that same troll. You know, he fells, you know, the wizard in your group. I mean, you know, shout no. I mean, really get into it. Really ham it up, spice it up. I mean, you know, point at him, vow revenge. I mean, you know, scream at him as you know, charge forward and attack him. I mean, do something cool. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity for the player to react to this. All right. I mean, the main point is don't be afraid to role play. I mean, you're in. Let's be honest here. We are not the most popular of the bunch. We play tabletop RPGs and we love them, and I am very proud that I play tabletop RPG. That being said, I know what, you know, being in a tabletop RPG is. I'm not one of the popular kids, but that being said, I'm not afraid to roleplay. I know my station. I'm a nerd. It's great. Embrace that. I mean, when you embrace it and you actually start role-playing and you're not afraid, oh no, if I actually, you know, try to pretend to be my character, everyone will think I'm dorky and a nerd. To be honest, everybody already thinks we're dorky and nerds, because we are, and that's what makes this fun. So embrace it. Be dorky. Be a nerd. Let out a scream when someone dies. You know, point someone down and charge them. You know, really ham it up. You need to. I mean, like I said, if battle is just a series of who gets the higher numbers, it's not fun. So don't be embarrassed to roleplay in battle. You know, another thing, taunt the enemies. You know. I mean, enemy whiffs, you know, make fun of him. Try to get him angry. Try to get the DM angry. I mean, not the DM himself, but the character the DM is playing. I mean, that's what makes battle fun. Alright? When, you know, the troll whiffs and you're like, I mean, maybe not that exactly, but you get what I'm saying. It's fun. It's great, you know, when you tell the troll that your grandma can hit harder than him. It's just a way to interact with the battle more. You're adding flavor to it. Alright? And, you know, I guess my last point about this is battle shouldn't end when all the enemies are dead. And what I mean is, the role-playing shouldn't end when all the enemies are dead. Alright? You know, go over to their corpses, you know, ceremoniously stab your sword into them. You know, go crazy. I mean, if it was a tough battle, maybe your character, you know, falls to the knee and is exhausted, or, you know, falls to his back and lays there for a couple minutes just because the battle was so intense and so hard, you know, or, I mean, there's so many things you can do, you know, gloat over your fallen adversaries. That's always a good one, to make faces at the corpses of the people you just slew. It's just, you gotta find a way to make it more than a series of dice rolls, alright? And role-playing is the way to do that, alright? And I think a lot of players, they just get so, like, fed up on winning, or, you know, so pumped up on, oh, I gotta win this, that they forget about why they're even playing the game in the first place, and that's to exist in this world and to roleplay. So, you know, again, battle should never be boring, and if you're playing your game and you realize that battle, you know, has become boring for you, then it's time to start role playing. It's time to spice it up a little bit. It's time to start, calling out your enemies, taunting them, feeling for your allies when they fall, stuff like that. I guess that's it for this video. Remember, battle's never boring. This has been T Walker, aka Tanner, and I'm signing off.